Great afternoon, everybody. It is showtime. Your girl Kat here. This is Chat with Kat and Friends. You are in the right place. Stay right here. Thank you so much for joining us on this morning. Man, we have a lot to go over. I have two wonderful, awesome, spectacular, y'all know me, guests with me on tonight. I am so excited about that, and I'm hopeful that you will stick around for the whole hour, 6 to 7. Hang with us, kick it with us, post up your comments, and everything like that. Thank you so very much. Share this live if you will, please. Hey, and you can go back and look at it and get some of those wonderful gems that will be dropped on tonight. They will be dropped on tonight. Just as every other show, it's greatness here, global impact. All are welcome. All are welcome. So you guys, look, take up your seat, have your snack, have your dinner plate, because it's evening. It's evening, right? So have your dinner plate. I am excited to be here with you, and so are my guests. My first guest is here right now. I'm going to let him in just a second. But just wanted to shout you all out. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for liking my Facebook page, both of the Facebook pages. Thank you so very much. Emerging to Wellness and Chat with Kat and Friends. My goal, look, what I want to do is just spread love, shine the light on greatness, spread love, and help you look tap into your greatness. That's what I'm here to do. And I'm bold enough and being empowered and more courageous to do so. And look, at any given moment, I'm ready, y'all. I stay ready. I be ready. I'm ready. So God is good. I just want to give a great big shout out to birthdays, whoever had a birthday today and over the weekend. I get kind of MIA on the weekend. How are y'all with social media? Saturday and Sunday, I get, I have to admit, there are times I get MIA on social media, but I know there's a lot of things going on in the land. We are going to continue to trust God and pray to Him, putting our hands to work to be who He has created us to be, so that we can spring forth some of that greatness, because we're like a conduit, right? He gives us the power. He touches us, gives us the power, and it's for us to go out into the field and to the streets and the highways and byways and do the daggone thing. Be who He has created you to be. So I'm praying for you on tonight. I pray that you continue to pray for my family. Let me bring my first guest on. You may recognize him from the Good Life Gospel Show. He was our guest a couple weeks back. I'm excited to have him with us on tonight. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Great evening.
God bless you. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. All is well. I can't complain. How about with you? How has your day been so far?
It's been rainy in North Carolina today, and it had a tornado on it. But however, no matter
Huh?
what's going on, we see the good in all the things. So we're excited. We came through the
Yeah,
water and the rain to get here. So we're excited about your show. We
excited.
thank God for your show. So I'm glad to be on your platform today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. And you guys, you hear that? This is all the way. Well, not that far away, but all the way from North Carolina. All the way from North Carolina. I am certainly pleased and excited to have you with us on tonight. So tell us about this awesome organization that you have and the wonderful things. Look, you guys, on my flyers, I only have so much room. So I can only list so many things. And all of my guests, I'm telling you, they do so many magnificent and wonderful things. Share with us what you have for us tonight, Mr. Graham. I appreciate you so very much.
Well, we do honor and thank you for this time. As you know, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and we just want to
Yes,
know that beyond a month, mental health goes on 365, 7 days a
365,
week.
y'all.
Yes, I'm telling you. But Kevin Graham Enterprises LLC is a for-profit business that that's in the people business.
Yeah.
Anything that concerns your human journey in life, I call myself a transitional facilitator. What I do, I help people transition from one place in their life to the next. I call myself an unstuck specialist. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
in life we can get stuck. We
Yeah.
can be doing well in one area, but in another area it seems unkept or unmanaged. What I try to do is unlock the dream in a person and cause dreams to become realities. I, out of 20 years of walking alongside people with mental challenges or organizations. First, I have threefold. Out of 30 years, I've been in the people business. I've
Yeah.
been a pastor. I've helped develop people. I'm a leadership development coach, as well as a recovery and addiction specialist. So, what I
Wow.
wanted to do out of meeting the human need, we need to
Hmm.
understand that people do things because they try to rectify something that God created only for Him to rectify. And what
Hmm.
people need sometimes is like we talked about before, is therapy. They need
Yeah.
someone to hear them and give them an action plan so that they can get unstuck. So what Kevin
Mhm.
Graham Enterprises does, we develop people. Not only do we develop people, we create a vision for a person, even high people and high potential. See, don't think therapy is for someone that may be broken or marginalized in certain areas. But see, there are a
Right.
lot of high flyers and a lot of high achievers that need this type of coaching to help them unlock and help them manage fears. I deal with people with dealing with fears. I deal with people dealing with depression. I deal with people
Mhm.
who are successful, but yet they still want to know their purpose in life. Isn't that amazing? Kevin
That
Graham
is.
Enterprises provides an environment conducive for you to identify, cultivate, activate, and realize your dream. So,
Wow. That's awesome.
yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Go ahead, continue. I just wanted to. That's awesome, right there. If we just stopped it right there, you know what?
Hmm.
That would be. It's. You said a lot, and you said enough because oh my gosh. Well, not enough because there's so much more. But wow, I mean, all the things that you're doing. Look, you guys, and you know, I'll hashtag it up with everything because there's some there's many commonalities with how you see things and how you think according to because I'm behavioral health as well. That my bachelor's in behavioral health. So I've always wanted to like why I chose behavioral health was because I wanted to put like trace the dots between why we do what we do, you know, and why those behaviors took place. That's my first thought is why, like what happened, what was going on. So wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. You guys are doing amazing things over there. So if you could go ahead, continue. I'm sorry, I interject every now and then. So just go ahead. You can continue with the services that you guys provide.
Yeah. And what we also provide, I provide empowerment sessions for
Mhm.
executive leaders. So, say if they have a vision, see, good vision will be destroyed by bad culture. You
Wow.
CEOs, you business development leaders, you have a great vision, but if the culture and the morale and the disconnect between the vision and communication to secondary leadership, you will always have a struggle. Many companies don't fail because they don't have a good vision. They fail because they cannot articulate the vision down to the next level of leadership. So they will call me in to discern the culture and give a blueprint and a map to discern where they're needed to empower them to facilitate and cause sustainability for those who undergird their vision. So I do public speaking, I do
Hmm.
empowerment coaching, anything vocalized, anything to interpret, anything to help people understand. I like to go with Kevin Graham Enterprises. When we come in, we take on your dream, we create a blueprint so that it can be fully maximized, whether individually or corporately. So we can speak to
Hmm.
one person, 20 people, or 10,000.
Hmm.
This is what
Wow.
Kevin Graham Enterprises does. And we have events. We just finished an event yeah, Saturday called Love on Fire. And it was my birthday, matter of fact, May 21st, birthday celebration. But instead of me celebrating myself, me and my wife
Hmm.
chose that we wanted Kevin Graham Enterprise to sow back into the community. And Love on Fire is we learn to love, we learn to laugh, we learn to rekindle relationships. Because a precious commodity in the earth is relationships. And we wanted to show people out loud that love still exists, that love among people still exists. You can be mightily successful without hating on your brother or sister. So it was a 5-star event. We got people together. They laughed, they cried, they identified areas they needed to work on, and left with tools of empowerment.
Wow. Man, look, and I'm just sitting up here like, wow, you guys, I'm hearing this for the first time, just like you. I was able to read some of it, because you have to go to the wonderful website, which will be posted and we'll mention a little bit later. But you have to get there and check it out and see all of these services. So North Carolina, so is it North Carolinians? I even have family there. What are you? Because we're Marylanders.
Yeah,
Are
we're
is
North
it
Carolinians. We're
North
North Carolina.
Carolinians?
Yeah.
North Carolinians, you have a gem. I pray that you know that you have a gem in services, and they may be quite a bit of therapeutic wellness and services in your area. But this one right here, we're shining the light on Kevin Graham Enterprises LLC on tonight. If you're just like passing through, just passing by, this is Chat with Kat and Friends. I am Kat. This is Mr. Kevin Graham. Look, I was great. They sitting across from me, but right side by side to me. And he is CEO and founder of Kevin Graham Enterprises. Stay right here and listen. Stay right here and be empowered. I love it. All the words and everything that I typically use to describe what I'm doing or how I'm moving about in the earth, and just sharing a little bit of what I do with the different organizations that I may be partnering with, or different things like that. And Awesome Guard Radio as well. I mean, it's awesome because that's so much what's needed right now in a big way. It never was something that we didn't need, but we need it in a great big way right now. Just like I love the event that you just spoke of. Love on Fire. I love the concept of it. It's your birthday, but I'm giving back, and that's a gift. That was your gift. That was your gift to you, was to see everyone. And I truly, truly understand that, because wow, because that's just how givers are, and God is great in that way. When you're compassionate and you're in the business of building people up instead of tearing them down, and seeing the best, seeing the best of inside of everyone, to no fault of your own. And it's like, I can't do it any other way. So God be praised for that. So can you tell us what kind of do you have? So you said you have group services, you have family services as well, or family counseling. How does that look? Or for children, like, is it separated in any way? How does
So,
that
so
look?
you can't reach the child without reaching the family.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm not in the business of making people heal. I want to see them cured.
Hmm.
It's totally different. In order to cure the child or to cure the family, we need to have time where we walk alongside them so that we can
Hmm.
identify an issue. See, the breakdown in family is not the manifestation of the symptom is one thing. People treat the symptom, but we want to get to the core value of root. That means connectiveness, identity, and valuing a person. But we have to take time to take them and pull it back in layers. So to answer your question, we can do one-on-one because I've done one-on-one with children for 20 years. I've done rapid response when children are displaced and they need communication, and we've dealt with behavior disabilities with children, but most of it is unhealed hurt, unmet needs, and unresolved issues.
Hmm.
And when those unhealed hurts, unmet needs, and unresolved issues are there, you can't do it all in one day. But yes, to answer your question, they can reach out, and I can walk through with their children or with their husband, with their wife, with the grandmother, and we can begin to set up a plan to help you unravel some of the chaos and some of the unspoken matters. Sometimes trauma is so deep, people can't verbalize what
Hmm.
they're feeling. They act it out. So in certain social settings, when they act out in those social settings, people don't have time for it. So we give punitive. We take you to the court system, or we take you from your
Right.
parents. We put you in a
Hmm.
place and we medicate you. But what we
Right.
need to do at Kevin Graham Enterprises, we want to get to a place where we can reach one person at a time. And if we make somebody, allow them to become empowered one more day to until they get to the
Right.
fullness of their restoration, we've done our job. So yes, we're open. They can register online. We can walk through. We can set up an assessment. We can set up plans to hear their heart and to see their heart bended.
Amen. Look at that, you guys. So many wonderful things going on at Kevin Graham Enterprises, and so many means of helping people with all great intentions to upbuild, to empower, to instill, and all of those great things. Look, you guys have heard me mention those things on many occasions. Can you go ahead and give the website, and we'll give it again, and it will be in the description section, guys, just in case you miss it. It will be all of the links to reach both my guests on today will be in the description section. What is your website?
Kevin Graham Enterprises.com.
How easy is that? How easy is that?
Kevin Graham Enterprises.com. You can see it come up. It'll say one-on-one session, council session, or you can email us and get some questionings, and we'll respond to you accordingly.
Awesome. Well, can you let us know how did you get started? How did you get started in this? And I know you've been in the behavioral health field for some time now, but how did you get started as far as wanting to or being moved to or pushed to open your own, start your own organization? When did that
Because I,
start?
well, this started during the pandemic.
Hmm.
Because I've been doing this forever and ever and ever. I didn't realize it was a calling. Because serving people, I learned that from my grandmother and my mother, and giving to people and creating. We grew up in a time where you looked out for everyone in the community.
Right.
And we really didn't talk about mental health in our day. They say just something wrong with them, just leave it alone, and so on and
Right.
so forth. But out of seeing many of African American people have situations that no one ever talked about,
Mhm.
dealing with stuff that no one ever spoke to, because we had the old adage, "What going in this house stays in this house." So I have a personal interest in seeing how minds work and how people can be healed, or how they can get hope, because most people's hope has been broken to the point they can't even imagine having a life beyond depression and beyond addiction and beyond dysfunction. So it was a passion of mine. But when things begin to come down and contracts begin to change in my profession, I say, "Oh, what shall I do?" And I am a godly person. I'm spiritual. I trust God. And out of this, I heard in my heart, start Kevin Graham Enterprise. I said, for what? What is
Mhm.
that going to be? So for you out there listening, you may stumble on to something that's great due to a circumstance. What looks negative is really an opportunity for God to it cause you to go to a level where you can trust. I didn't have a problem trusting God. I had an issue trusting if I was capable enough.
Yeah.
So for anybody out there, you're capable. And sometimes circumstances and situations will arise where you have to go to the next level of manifesting what you've helped people do for years. What can
Right.
you do with your eyes closed? Who have you made rich?
Mhm.
Are you fresh? This is how I knew the sign it was time for me to evolve and create a space where I can help people through business. I stopped being frustrated with how
Mhm.
everybody else's struggle was. I begin to say, I don't want to tolerate this. I don't want to be told what to do. So some of you are radicals. There's a time where you have to be and synergize and work with other people. But then there's a time in your professional life where you're going to have to trust that your skill is enough.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have to partner with other people, because there's
Mhm.
someone that's already done this before you. The word circumstance means the circle that I stand in.
Mhm.
Somebody's already been in that circle that you stand in and mastered it. That's why we need mentors. That's why we need empowerment group. It takes a village to raise people. It takes a village of entrepreneurs to say, this is what I learned through the mistakes that I did. And then you have to come through the curve of people not supporting. Usually when you start a business, people really don't support it right away.
Mhm.
They'll just look at it, they'll call it a little business. They'll call it, what's that little thing that you're doing? But you have to be resilient enough
Yeah.
to believe that if God is able to do this, and that is the real blessing is in serving people, money will come. Find something that you're passionate about that will create a solution in the earth. and I guarantee you money will follow.
Wow. Did you guys get that? Did you hear that? Look, tonight on Chat with Cat and Friends, and every Monday, and every Monday, this information is zero. It's zero. I pray that you are receiving of the words of everything that has been shared thus far. There is so much more. So do not leave. Stay with us, hang with us. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you so very much. You guys heard that. Stay in, look, stay in. And what I heard you say also was trust the process, right? Trust the process. I know a lot of times we've talked about that in and out of interviews or intros, outros, as I would share, to trust the process. And it can be, it can be a little hard, and discombobulated sometimes, unstable. Trust the process. Stay and hang with God. I done told y'all about this right here. So if he's doing it for me, if he did it, look, he did it for Mr. Graham right here. He did it for Mr. Graham when you were told to start Kevin Graham Enterprises. I want you guys to take note. His first reaction was why. So if that is yours, you feel like, or you've been given the order, go do this and go do that. It's not that easy. It's not easy for everyone all the time to just take it up and go. You will have those questions, and you know what? Seek God for those answers. I'm so glad that you were obedient, that you kept going, you stayed in the race, and come to find out, everything that you had been through, every person that you walked that you worked with, every opportunity that you had, it helps to sow into what you're doing right now. And we can definitely say the same for you. If you're watching and you're feeling like, I don't have this, I don't have that, what about this? We all have those questions and different things that we go through, and you may not have it all, but you know what, you will, and God will ensure of those things. So what can you tell us, Mr. Graham, about like how you already said that mental health is 365, 24/7. Can you tell us right now, like, you started your organization during the pandemic? At that time, like, what was going on, and what was your mind thinking in starting an organization during the pandemic when so much turmoil was going on, and not that it's not now, but it was different. So how did that feel for you? You still had the pressing with you, so you kept going. So tell us how that was for you.
See, we have to understand that God has a way of pushing you to the
Mhm,
forefront through crisis.
mhm.
Real leaders are not born, they rise to the occasion. We're history makers. Dr. King didn't realize he was going to make history. He just wanted to be a pastor. He didn't
Right.
want to pastor the nation. He wasn't expecting to be a voice out of his
Mhm,
organization and out of his call. See, your call to touch people is bigger than your organization and bigger than you. So there's a burden that comes with every business. I believe God has called every entrepreneur to bring a solution. We just look at the church, but God
mhm.
will raise up your organization to bring a solution. See, some people don't like cooking, so we got Kentucky Fried Chicken. They solve a problem 365,
Yes, it is.
right? The
Yes,
cleaning
they
lady,
did.
she's in the market because she still cleans. Do you know gas or the trucking industry has not gone out of business because it's a
Hmm.
major solution?
Right.
And guess what? Counseling, therapy. I see nobody wants to listen. I didn't know God had a plan to provide a voice. Kevin Graham Enterprises was raised up out of the need for people to talk because they couldn't get out. They started having marital problems because they had to stay home with their spouse. And they
Right.
found out they didn't know who they were. Or your children are depressed because they had watch this, a technological gap. They couldn't operate the computer
Mhm.
and learn at home and sit still at home. So everything had changed. So therefore, everything went virtual. Can you
Mhm.
imagine right now that I could talk to anybody around the world by
Around
the
the world.
push of a button? And
Mhm.
see, you saying, well, how am I going to reach the world? God is giving you the tools. The money is not the issue. Let me say that. The money is not the issue. It's the vision.
Mhm.
Your product is important. I'd rather take time to develop my product than just get out and be underdeveloped. Do you
Mm.
have the
Wow.
infrastructure to withstand criticism? Do you have the infrastructure to deal with levels of success right away? A lot of people want success that looks like money, but success is building a credible business and a credible practice and a credible platform and a foundation so that when success hits, it's sustainable. So, Kevin Graham Enterprises was birthed out of the need. There was fear and anxiety. And a lot of people didn't know not how to deal with fear and anxiety without substances,
Mhm.
without medication, without this and that. So some people need to be heard. All my life, I've been listening. All my life, God prepared something for me that I do for free.
Right.
Find something out that you love that you would do for free, and God will monetize it
Mhm.
for you.
Yes.
I can sit there and listen to people the whole time, and God
Mhm.
say, "See, look at you. You're doing this. You've been doing this forever."
Mhm.
And some things you have blind spots, ladies and gentlemen. You may not see the greatness on the inside of you. You may not see that $1 billion idea. You may not have the money, but quit asking money for permission. Have the idea,
Mhm.
and somebody will need your idea. Somebody will find out about you, but guess what? God will not set you up for failure. Get prepared. Do your due diligence.
Yeah.
Study your opponents. Study your market. I remember before I got on a show like this, I would push my phone and I would say, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kevin Graham. Welcome to my talk show." Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Graham. They say, "You crazy. That ain't gonna happen." But guess what happened now? Kevin Graham Enterprise. Now, on my other part, I've been doing that 10 years. Now I'm going to be on Roku, live stream, Apple television, doing prophetic moments with Apostle Kevin
Wow.
Graham. I started when nobody was looking. I laid the
Mhm.
foundation of consistency, integrity, doing it when I didn't feel like it, getting over my own
Mhm.
little attitude. And guess what? I learned not to expect the people you think are going to help you. They're not. And be okay with
Right.
it.
Be okay. You gotta.
Be okay with new people. Get in a room where you feel uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Get in a room where you feel like you're not the smartest. Because if you're in a room where you're the smartest, you're in trouble. You have to expand and you have to become a teacher. I mean, a student. See, although I teach a lot of people, I mentor a lot of people, I empower other people to do, but you have to understand that what you do in the dark will come to the light. That means if you're
Mhm.
doing right in the dark, you're building your brain in the dark, you're doing your belief, you're affirming who you are. One day when you get on a
Mhm.
grand scale, they say, "How did you blow up overnight?" No, precious. This didn't happen overnight. I struggled. I wept. I had $2. I believed in me when no one else believed. The power of belief is a powerful currency. You still must believe in the idea he's giving you because you've helped us. You've helped everybody else brand. You've helped everybody else 9 to 5. You've encouraged and empowered everyone else. But when it's time for you to launch out into your destiny, the first thing we face is insecurity.
Mhm.
But
You are so right.
insecurity is okay. Every time somebody did something great, their ego wasn't in the way of it first. It's calculated risk. Are you willing to take a risk on what you know in your heart? You know that little funny feeling you feel in the pit of your stomach? We call it
Mhm.
butterflies. But that's your human spirit. You know on the inside of you that there's greater. Are you frustrated today? Are you tired of people around you? Do you feel you're overqualified for where you are? That's a sign that God is pulling you into creating something for the whole world that will be transformative. But guess what? Everybody's not going to run to it at first. Quit expecting everybody to run to you and hold your hand at first. You gotta have internal integrity. You gotta do it
Mhm.
when you don't feel like it. You gotta do it when you don't see
Mhm.
money coming in. You gotta do it when everybody's talking about it, when people are criticizing. You're building an internal integrity that when you stand on a platform, every word that you say will manifest greatness. Every deed that you do will manifest excellence. But you can't get rewarded for something you're not willing to sacrifice for. And
Yeah.
I'll turn that portion back to you.
Wow. Look, did you guys hear that? Not a word from me. I appreciate everything that you just said. And there's great wisdom in it. It's great fruit for not only me, but for everybody out there. So I pray that you guys receive that. I receive it. I am blessed. I told you, and I tell you every night. Sometimes I'm like, it's just not fair how blessed I am. I do this, but it's just like, I love to do it. And I sit here and just listen, and I'm getting it firsthand, just like you guys are getting it. We haven't talked, days and days trying to get it together and all of that. I'm hearing it fresh and new to my ears, just like it's fresh and new to your ears. And I'm so thankful for it. Thank you so, so very much for sharing your wisdom, for sharing for sharing prophecy. I take it as that. And I thank you so, so very much. I can't wait to link up with you and hear your prophetic ministry that is coming. Tell us really quickly, let's go over the website, how people can reach you, set up appointments and things of that nature. And that's probably primarily through the website, Kevin Graham Enterprises, you guys. I'm excited.
Well,
Let's
it's
go over your
Kevin Graham.
contact information.
Yeah, it's Kevin Graham Enterprise dot
Mm-hmm.
com. You can go on the
Enterprise.
website. Yeah, Kevin Graham Enterprises.com. When you go
Got
on,
it.
it's a one-on-one course, group sessions, and you can reach us there. You can send the email, and you can contact us, and we'll be glad to do online virtual courses with you. So distance and time has no excuse. If you want to
Right.
learn, if you want to develop, if it's perfect anonymity, it's private. And listen, you must understand that you're only as sick as the secrets that you keep. You're only as sick as the thing you were not willing to acknowledge. So we're here for you to walk you through in a safe space so that you can come out bigger and better because there's a blessing on the other side of your acknowledgement. Thank you for this
Wow.
opportunity. Thank you for your platform, and may your platform go around the world and continue to be global. Thank you for
Thank
this
you.
opportunity.
I appreciate that so very much. And I am looking forward. Look, I'm looking forward to those open doors to all that God has for me. I take your word for it. I thank God because He sends people our way time and time again to remind us. I thank Him for that. And look, that's my mom right there. It's good, right? It is good. I thank you because perspective. And I say that a lot too. That perspective is everything, and it's grace perspective that is everything because it makes the world of a difference. Just like you just shared what you do in the dark. Now, how many times, and it's so many things that I could expound on. My next guest is here. I'm going to bring her on in just a moment. But it's so many things that you said that we both could expound on, that I could expound on as well. But you said I just want to poignantly point out, like, one of the things that we say, and it's I know I really don't give it a second thought or what have you, and that's what you do in the dark, and you think of it in this negative way, but just
Not
like you
so.
just
Yes.
gave us a whole different perspective for anyone that didn't have that perspective. I am one. I wasn't thinking like that, and I do. I think about things. I think about things thoroughly, and I'm like, wow, I never thought about that like that. Like what you do in the dark, what you do in writing your poetry, you're writing your book, or you have all of these journals. I have a bunch of those here too. But all of those things that you're doing, wow! Thank you so much for that. Thank you for planting those seeds. I pray that everybody. everybody out there, whether you're here right now with us live, you watch next week, you could watch this next year. You will be blessed. You will be blessed just because. That's how great, wonderful, and awesome our God is. We're going to bid you good night, Mr. Graham, and many, many thanks and many, many blessings over everything that you're doing. Thank you.
God bless you. Have a great evening.
Thank you. You too. Wow. That was just awesome. Look, y'all, and my laptop, everything just shut down. I was like, you know what? I'm just going, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to let it go. And I'm like, oh, I gotta let Rissa in. I have to let Rissa in so we can talk about her wonderful and awesome organization and all of the great things that she's doing. So stay with us. She is here backstage. I'm going to let her on in just a second. You guys, thank you so much for joining us once again. You have checked into Chat with Kat and Friends. You're in the chat room with us, and we are still discussing health and wellness. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, so we're just pushing that. And this is like my last show before the month changes. I'm not on next week because it's Memorial Day. And we'll be vacationing and if staycationing, however that should look. But you guys stick with us. Rissa is here. I'm going to bring her up now. Thank you so much for joining us, so much for being a part of our broadcast on tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Hey.
Hello.
So you guys, let me let you know, and you see Rissa's book in the back. We're not going to jump into it just yet, but you may remember her. She has been on here before with her awesome and fabulous partner, Sherry Smalls, co-author. They co-authored this awesome book right behind her. We'll get into that a little bit. But this is not just look, this is not just a friendship. We are blood related. This is my
Yes.
cousin, sister, boo. We're trying to find a way to put that all together, right? It's gotta work. We're gonna put it all together. But I'm so excited to have you on with us on tonight. So tell us, Coach Riss, what are you up to?
Oh my goodness. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. Definitely had to switch gears and put on a different hat today. And I'm like,
Mhm.
Lord. So thank you so much for this opportunity to come on and share
Yeah.
what's going on with me. So some of you guys know I'll introduce myself. I am Riss Renee, Coach Riss. Some of you guys know me from the Good Life Gospel Show, which I
Yeah.
co-host with my amazing cousin Kat and
We're
AJ,
doing a good job.
my whole Awesome God Radio family, G and Tiffany. Apart from that, I am a author, a mental health coach and advocate, and I have just added finance coach to my coaching business as well, because I believe in holistic living and we need to just make sure that we're getting it all together, right? I just turned 40 last year. I'll be 41 this year, and life has just changed, right? We're closer to retirement than
Mhm.
we're so that finance piece added on to my coaching business is what I am. That's my new project right now. So um, there it is. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Look, and I had no idea, you guys. I had no idea, but I know that you're working and that you're stretching out. I just love the fact that you keep on growing, that you keep learning more. And look, you guys, look, and may that be a testament to anyone out there. Yup, you've accomplished this thing that you set out to do. Keep going, keep adding to your brand because you are your brand. And I love it. You are so beautiful and just talented, beautiful, talented, and all of those things, and intelligent. And it did you feel like that always? We're
Absolutely
gonna
not.
start right there. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely
Uh-huh.
not. So, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and thank you so much again for just allowing me to share my own personal mental health journey. I have not always felt confident because I didn't always know what I was purposed to do. You know, when
Right.
you don't know what you're supposed to do, you can be all over the place, and then your confidence um, kind of dwindles, and then life hits. You know, as you get older or as you live day by day, things happen. And
Mhm.
I was like, now, why would she have me on after Apostle Graham? Why would she do that? You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is this. Apostle Graham got me all the way together when he was a guest on our show, the Good Life Gospel Show, and just reminding me that I'm valuable, right? And so when I first started this mental health process for myself, I felt alone. Can you imagine being in a room full of people and still feel by yourself? Right. And so that was me 2017 moving forward a couple of years later before I produced my book, Better Than Ever. I was really just going through some times. I was in a separation period, going through a divorce, not just going through a separation and a divorce. I'm also a leader in my church, right? So we can just stop right there. Okay.
Right.
If you are a church girl or church boy, you already know you're supposed to be full of gladness 24 hours a day, right? No, you cannot give way to the devil by speaking negative. No, you cannot not open the door to the devil by having negative thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Jesus is your strength, it's your joy, and all of those things are true. But when you are really, really going through something with your heart, it makes it a little bit more challenging. I remember telling my pastor and my first lady, don't keep praying for me. Okay. I was really in a dark place. I was still ministering. I was still exhorting. I was still in my position as a leader, but I was dying on the inside, right? And so I have learned to collide the two. Living a life of Christ, living a life of kingdom is a lifestyle. It all goes together. I don't separate my Sundays from my Mondays. I don't separate my Mondays from my Sunday experiences, if that makes sense. I had to learn to walk out this lifestyle. And so before I became a mental health coach, I felt the need to coach myself. And so I started with me. As Apostle Graham already mentioned, you have to start with you, right?
Yeah.
One of your other guests mentioned before that you have to be your biggest cheerleader. And before Balance and Bliss, it was go on and be great, right? So I created that movement. I don't know what happened. One day I just got up and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go on. That means I'm going to get up every day and I'm going to show up. Right? Whatever that looks like, I'm going to show up in my job. I'm going to show up at home. I'm going to show up as a mother. I'm going to show up in my church. I'm going to show up at the doctor's office. I'm going to show up. And then as I kept doing that day by day, I went through a series of events where my grandmother passed away. My mom was diagnosed with cancer. I'm an only child. My family is very important to me. And it was just a lot. Somebody said, make sure you check on the strong ones, right? I've always been the strong one. I've always been, Kat, you may, when are you ever sad? When are you ever sad? Right. And I'm like, but silently going through something, you really have to find a foundation to lean on. And I can't negate the fact that I'm a happy church girl. If it was not for God in my life or my relationship with Jesus, I'm pretty sure that I would be on pills. And I'm not saying that some people with mental health challenges and illnesses don't need medication, but that was not my portion. And I knew that. And so I had to get myself together, so to speak. I prayed, and I prayed not for God to just throw me a blessing out of the sky. I prayed for strategy. I prayed for wisdom. And in the midst of me going through it, when we're talking about preparation, in the midst of me going through it, I kept encouraging others. I kept lifting up others. I kept, helping others find victories in their stories and their journeys, because every day is not a bad day. And so we have to learn how to take the good with the bad. And so I had to coach myself. I went out, I found resources that would benefit me. I didn't tell anybody I went to counseling, because sometimes we just need to sit in silence, right? Sometimes not isolate ourselves, but you can't tell everybody everything, right? Because it can go left or right. They can enable you, because I'm pretty sure they would have been like, girl, you all right, just dust it off, just blow it off or whatever, just pray about it and all of that kind of stuff. You can pray till your face turn blue, but faith without works is dead. And I didn't want,
baby.
I didn't want to be the walking dead, you know? And then on top of that, my daughter is my greatest inspiration. And so um, just learning and wanting to be well and learning how to coach myself. And so that's when my movement started go on and be great. I would text y'all all the time, listen, go on and be great. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the day feels like. It doesn't matter what you're going through. If you show up and take one step forward at a time, you can go on and be great. That means the negative stuff, the stuff that's behind you, you can go on, move forward from that, go past that, and watch you get to your next destination. And it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Wow, look. You tell we are related. Oh my gosh, I just love you so much. I just love you so much. Um look, and we have Sherry saying, look, that I didn't even see Sherry's comment. I'll post it up in a minute. This is Anthony. This is so important for people to hear. We are here, look, we are here to help push, to help empower. That's what Chat with Cat and Friends is all about. For you to, even if you just stumble across it for, for whatever episode that you see, that you get something. I had to grow out of so many different things going on in my mind as far as thinking about who's watching, how long they watching, why they not looking, well, who's listening, and I need this and I need that. God was like, wait a minute,
Right.
whoa, wait a minute, back up. So I just praise him for that. Let me put Sherry's I was trying to put it up. Sherry said, hey, soul sister. She
Hey,
said, that's
girl.
my soul sister. Thank y'all so much for joining on tonight. I really and truly appreciate it. And I know Risk does as well. And I know Apostle Kevin Graham appreciated it as well. Thank you so very much. If you have any questions for us, please post them. Look, I had to sit in silence. I had to sit in silence when Apostle Graham, I can't help it. He was like, Kevin, it's Kevin Enterprises. I'm like, Apostle Graham, Apostle.
You know,
Okay, I tried it. Y'all heard me. And when I first started, I rolled out with the Kevin. It's like, that ain't, you can't do that. I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm going to do Mr. Graham, but God is so good. I am so thankful and thankful for your journey, for your growth. Thank you. Because just as Anthony said, people do need to hear this. I need to hear it. You don't even know
yeah.
that you need to hear this. You need to hear. So you guys watching, please share this and don't share it with the thought of who do I know that might. Just share it. Just
Right.
share it because you don't know what the other person is going through. You don't know what people are going through with that smile, what's continuing to, like as you said, continuing in your ministry, continuing writing,
Absolutely.
you continue.
Absolutely.
That's the gift of God. That is
Yeah.
favor.
Yeah.
That is favor.
Absolutely. I remember distinctly saying, okay, what can I use? We're not going to operate out of my weakness. I'm going to play on my strength, right?
Yeah.
And one of the strengths is for me to encourage others and then take a step back. Sometimes Sherry will tell you, I need to talk things out. And they say, well, how do you not ever think that you have anything to say? Because when you start talking, it just keeps going. You know what I'm saying? And so, but just going back to, my mental health journey, as you mentioned, I want to be mentally healthy. I don't want my mind to be bogged down with the heaviness of the world. We carry a lot of crosses. There's a lot of things going on. And so the reality is it may not get better. So taking on the mindset of
Mhm.
what can I do right now? If things never change for the better, what can I do right now? Can I find joy in today? You know what I'm saying? And if I can't find joy right in this moment, I need to dig a little deeper. I need to dig a little deeper.
Mhm.
Because when I was going through all of these situations, I was dying on the inside and I didn't even realize I had an issue. Somebody said to me, you're real snappy these days. And I was like,
Mhm.
I'm not snappy. They're like, what's going on, right? And so when somebody said that to me, I was like, well, let me think about it. And then I had to think about all of the things that had been piled onto me in such a short period of time. Trauma is real, and it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you have to go through, this horrific situation. You can watch something and be traumatized. You can hear something and be traumatized. You can, just be in the midst of somebody else going through and be traumatized. And one day, I literally watched one of my friends die before my eyes, right? So not only am I going through separation, not only do I still have to do ministry, not only am I still a mom, not only am I still doing radio, not only am I like just trying to live, okay? We're going to work and everything. And I'm also a healthcare professional. Not only am I trying to talk to my patient, I'm going through all of this stuff. And that just hit me. One day, so my friend had died before my eyes, and he was resuscitated, of course. But he was never the same, never the same. And I thought I was handling it well, right? I picked myself up, I wiped my tears, I cried when I needed to, but I stayed woke for a period of 72 hours. I would not close my eyes. Every time I would think about closing my eyes, I would just start crying. I went to get a checkup one day, and I think the nurse practitioner said, "How are you?" And I could not get it together. I could not get it together.
Wow.
And Kat, you know me, that ain't me, child. I don't be doing all that. If I'm crying,
Right.
that's because I'm in church running around screaming, hollering because the Lord has been good to me. Okay. But
Right.
this particular time, I had hit my version of rock bottom. And I was like, you know what, yo? You need to get your together. And then she tried to give me pills. Didn't ask me how I was doing. Didn't ask me what happened to cause me this way. Well, I need to just give you something to take the edge off. No, we're not doing that. So I immediately left the office and I started praying. I was like, God, I cannot. I cannot. Now, mind you, this is 2 years later after I had already written a book. I already written a book. Better than ever, right? But with new days come new
Wow.
experiences. We all have a journey. And so I'm just grateful that the behind the scenes, when we're talking about preparation, baby, listen, you don't get this, you don't keep this smile by going through nothing. You know what I'm saying? You fight for your life. You fight for your life. You fight for your safety. You fight for your mental well-being. You fight for your physical being. Well, I need to fight a little harder, but you fight. You fight. There's a little more pounds I gotta lose, but you fight for your life. And so I decided to fight, and I decided to see victory until the end. You know that story where they say, or that cliche where they say, I'm going to see it through to the end. And so since I'm still living, I have to see my life to the end. I can't quit. Not because I have my daughter, because we're not going to talk about the 2 children that died in my arms. You understand what I'm saying? Before she even was thought of. But I have to fight for me. I'm present. And I'm like, okay, Lord, you say that I'm your chosen. What's up? Okay, Lord, you say I'm the head and not the tail. What's up? And people, there's a stigma associated with Jesus in therapy. Like you don't need it. We already broke that barrier. We already understand that both can live together. God gives you wisdom and he guides you to the help that you need. If you keep passing the help along or negating what it is that you need, you're always going to be where you are. Accept the help. 1, recognize that you need the help. 2, accept the help and just make it happen. You're worthy. And I looked at myself every day in the mirror and said, Larissa, you're worthy. You know what I'm saying? You're worthy to live a life that you desire. You're worthy to live a life that's filled with happiness, with love, with joy. And then Balance and Bliss was born. Because I also realized that there were some strategies that needed to be put into place. There were some things that I needed to put in place. People say that balance is not a real thing. That's not true. 100 is 100, whether it's 50-50 or 60-40 or 70-30. 100 is 100.
Mhm.
And balance for me is getting to the 100. I'm not going to have a 50-50 day all the time. And I have to be okay with that. I'm not going to have an 80-20 day all the time. And I have to be okay with that. How can I be okay? And what does the Bible say? Think on those things that are good, those things that are lovely, those things that are righteous, all of those things. Do not be conformed to the ways of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I don't have to stay stuck, because even though the world will portray that everybody is going down to hell in a handbasket, that's not true, because we have resources like Chat with Cat that gives you inspiration. We have resources like church. We have resources like your good girlfriend or your homeboy. We have things. We have our
Yeah.
family, we have our friends, we have that inner stuff on the inside that tells us there's something more for me. And I need to go find it. And that's what I decided to do. And so that's what I also do with my clients when I'm coaching them. Let's find the joy and the victory in your story, because clearly
Right.
you don't want to stay where you are. And so since you don't want to stay where you are, there must be another place you can get to. So
Mhm.
let's find the place. And there you will meet your balance, and then you will get your bliss, which is your joy. The joy that the world can't take away because they didn't give it to you. Because you found
Mm.
it on the inside. You found the victory that you needed for yourself from the inside, and it went on the outside. That's what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference. And that's what made the difference for me. And so just sharing my story, helping somebody else find victory in theirs, promotes mental well-being, promotes
Right.
mental healthiness, mentally happy, and always doing that and pursuing that. And then realize
Mhm.
sometimes I get tired. So what do I
Right.
do? I check in with my family. I
Mhm.
talk to my cousins. You know what I'm saying? I may
Mhm.
send a text that say, listen, y'all, I'm about to go bananas out this joint. You know what I'm saying? So relying on the support that you have,
Right.
that's important. I'm not alone, and I know that. I may have lonely moments, but I
Mhm.
don't believe the lie. And I teach my clients, don't believe the lie. You're not out here by yourself struggling. You know what I'm saying? You can get over your disease. You can get out of your debt. You know what I'm saying? I'm a witness of that. You
Right.
can get out of your stuck place, because really you're not stuck. You gotta get up. And I hold them
I'm
accountable,
telling
because somebody had to hold me accountable. And the first person
you.
that held me accountable was me. It was me. And so, and I know that some people are like, well, Larissa, that's you and all of that, or whatever. Yeah. But again, let this be a resource that you can get
Right.
out of your stuck place, because
Absolutely.
you have to accept the help. You're not by yourself. And so I'm just grateful for all of the errands that held these Moses arms up, and I'm grateful for my foundation in God, because you have to get something that you love. To be honest, you have to find that thing that you love and that loves you back. And I just so happen to love God, and God loves me back.
Yes. Girl, look, sister girl texted me today and was like, I don't know what to say. This is my boo. This is my boo. I'm telling you, God keeps us humble and He keeps us right and ready. So I'm thankful. And what everything that you just said, I'm just gonna put it in a nice little bow. Keep on going, y'all. Keep on going, because everything matters. Everything matters. And if you're in a low place or a stuck place, I don't know. And what he's telling me right now is you're gonna have to teach. How can you know how to teach somebody else how you gonna do that if you haven't been through it or if you don't know about it? You have to be able to pass on some of this, and it has to be from experience, because people gonna look at you like you don't know what you talking about. You
Mhm,
don't relate to me. We
mhm,
don't connect. I don't believe you. So man, I'm telling you, and everything that you have gone through That's why what doesn't kill me is going to make me stronger. That's why.
Yeah.
That is why. All
Yeah.
of those connections, all of those dots get connected when you have conversations like this. In this form, in a physical form, all of those, man, you can just vibe off people. Thank you so much, everybody. Look who is watching. Anthony said, "Bliss, bliss." Thank you, Silent Professor. He shared it on He's sharing it on Twitch TV. Thank you
Thank you,
so,
guys.
so very much. Your mama loves Cynthia, your auntie loves. She needs to go ahead and write her book. She need to go ahead and write her book. I'm telling you, mama, thank you so, so very much. My mama, you guys,
Thank
she is evangelist Cynthia Harrison, pours into all of us
you.
all
Yeah.
the time without even, it's not even on purpose. It's not even on purpose. She's just lovely that way. God just created her to be lovely that way. So, Rich, how can you guys, you need to connect to Rich. You need to connect to her services. You need to purchase this book. Let's start with your business with Balance and Bliss. We may not get to Green Heart Community. We will have to get together again at another time for that. And
Yeah.
that's just going to segue us into another chat with Kat. Chatting with Riss Renee, Coach Riss. But let's go over your business, Balance and Bliss. How can people contact you, get connected so they can get that good stuff to help them out of their unstuck places, just like Apostle
Absolutely.
said. I love it. I love it. So let us know.
Absolutely. So I'm on all social media about Instagram and Facebook. Riss Renee. There's a link in my bio. You just click the link. It'll take you to my face page on my website, and you just fill out the contact information. My phone number is there. You can send me a message by direct message on social media as well. And that's how you can get contact with me. We'll have a quick chat to see what you need, and I will provide the resources that you need. If I can't help you, trust me, I know somebody that does, that can, and that will. But Riss Renee on all platforms, Instagram and Facebook.
So easy. Reach out to Coach Riss at Riss Renee on Instagram, on Facebook. Plug into her services, the coaching that she has available. Message her. DM, all of the different ways that we have to communicate. There is no excuse. Apostle Graham said earlier, there is no excuse. We can reach each other globally, and that's what we do right here. So if you're not from here, rest assured you can still reach out and contact. You are not alone. You are not lost. You may be feeling, just like Rich just said, you may be feeling and having moments, and you may even have a season where it lasts,
Absolutely.
multiple days and things of that nature. But people like us, this show right here, Chat with Cat and Friends, I just get so giddy about it. I get so
As
giddy
you
about it. So
as you should.
I am blessed. I'm blessed to be connected to such wonderful and awesome people, just like Riss. Yes, and we worship together at Abundant Harvest with the wonderful Pastor Stephen Lawrence, Lady Robin Lawrence. I mean, you gotta have that connection. I love the community. I love
Absolutely.
community and just the fellowship. That like-mindedness coming together. What do you like most? Look, this wasn't. What do you like most? Look,
Um,
y'all got some extra time. Just
y'all
hang with
got
us.
time.
Y'all got
Y'all,
time. We're gonna chit chat for a little bit.
what
What do you like most
I
about
love,
Abundant Harvest Ministries?
baby. There's so many things, but
So
I
many
love
things.
leadership and integrity. These are my friends. These are my people. I love the community. I love the people. Our mission and our vision statement is help, hope, and home. And so
Yeah.
when you put all three of those together, you have to put the crap to the side, right? I was about to say BS, and then Pastor's gonna get me, but you know, I ain't cuss. But you have to put the stupid behind, and you have to make sure that God is in the forefront, right? And so, if God is for us, who can be against us, right? And even in that,
Mm,
we have an embracing love, meaning it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what type of background you have, it doesn't matter, whether you believe in the God that we believe in or not. or whether you do it like we do it, because we
Mhm.
in there, right? We not stuck up, we're not dry. There's a lot of fun, there's a lot of laughing, there's a lot of joking, there's a lot of love, and all of those things come with love. And
Yeah.
so, because God is love, we have learned through our leadership, through our church, how to love people right, how to
Mhm.
love people where they are, how to love the hell out of them, and how to love them enough to push them towards heaven. And so, those are some of the things that I love about our church. I love the fact that our pastor is reachable, that
Mhm.
he teaches us not just what to do in the four walls of our church, but also what to do outside. He's very supportive. He allowed
Mhm.
me to have my book signing at our church. He got me a DJ and everything.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm his daughter, but but I just love the fact that we support one another, we pray for one another, we help one another. So we don't
Yeah.
just okay, child, go and pray about that. No, we help one another to the best
Yeah.
that we can. And so those are one of the, and it's fun. I like fun. I like fun. I don't like listen,
Mhm.
ain't balance and bliss for no reason. I like
Right.
fun. And so I know that that's something that I need. I need joy. I need laughter. I need smiling. That fuels me. I need
Yeah.
encouragement. I need to dance every now and again. A little Jesus
We do
twist.
that too.
I need that. And so
Mhm.
it provides what it is that I need. And so for that, I'm grateful that God placed me in such an amazing place with such an amazing leadership. And my family came. So I clearly something was going on. I was like, girl, come see about over here. And then
And next
JP
thing you
introduced
know,
me.
I was like, we walking. I love it as well. I love it as well. And you guys, look, we encourage you to link up with and find a community, a church that's loving, that reads the word, that teaches the word, that lives the word. No, we're not perfect. Nobody
Right.
is going to be. There will be, we live in life here. Everybody is living life and going through what they go through. There's ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and all of those things. Nope. But you have to stay and have that relationship with God first and foremost. He will help you navigate through all of those things. I mean, we cut up in church in godly fashion, and I'm so thankful for that. And he's blessed. He's blessed, and you can't tell me he's not looking down like the proverbial what we always say and how we think. Well, he's everywhere, but he
Right.
not looking down saying, "Oh my gosh, they are a mess. I love them." We are
Yeah.
his daughters, and we get down. We get down. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Riz, for joining us on tonight. Thank you guys for your comments and for everything. For your comments, for sharing this live, and just for being here, for sharing in this moment and receiving. I pray that you received everything that was
Mm.
given on tonight. Riz dropped some awesome, wonderful wisdom nuggets on us, and so did our first guest, Apostle Graham. Connect to all of these services. This is just another way. Chat with Cat and Friends. That's how we roll. That's the action,
Mhm.
pushing forward in motion and reaching, global humanity that
Right.
is on my mind. And that's what I'm here to do. That's what we're here to do. This is a community effort. We get together and the yeses just come. You guys, so if you don't get yes, if you feel like you're not going to get a yes, let me tell you, just ask. Just ask. You will never know. You never know who's going to say yes, who's going to be like, not right now. And it's always not right now. It's never really no. So I'm just thankful. And I just overflow right now. And I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you so much for hanging out, Riff. I will see you later. Thank
For
you.
having
Thank
me.
you.
Bye, y'all.
That was awesome and so much fun. so much fun, and we had so much fun on the Good Life Gospel Show as well. Tune in with us every Saturday morning, 9 to 11. And if we're not there, there's going to be some reruns. Go ahead to Good Life Gospel Show Facebook page and watch all of the shows that we had previously. Man, this God thing, I'm telling you, um we are all works in progress. We are all works in progress. Just remember that. Show yourself grace, extend grace. God will bless you. He will bless you. Remember to give thanks each and every day. I mean, and you will learn how. You will see how even thanking him in those not so good times and good moments when you're not all, it might not be my high right now. You will learn, and your heart will change in so many ways. God has a way of just doing things, just like Apostle Graham was saying earlier. But thank you guys so much for listening, for watching, for contributing to conversation. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for just being there, for subscribing to the channel. If you have not subscribed, please do not leave without subscribing. Please share this live and any of the others that you see fit. I'm 1 year old in February. There's a ton of information. I know there's some videos and some information there that will help you in whatever it is that you are seeking. If you are, it's summertime is coming, and I'm going to the end of June, and then I'll be pausing, taking a little hiatus, and coming back in September. But I am looking for, if you could send me your information, if you are an electrician, if you do lawn work, if you any of those things. I haven't had those professions present on the show, so I would love to have a representative from those fields contact me. HVAC, hey, I'm going to be reaching out to my bro James Powell. And next month is Father's Day. We'll be celebrating Father's Day, and I'm sure maybe 5 or 6 or 7 other 7 other things as well. Just like each month, is dedicated to different things. But Father's Day, will be recognizing Father's Day. Great fathers on next month through Father's Day. And we had last year, I had a tribute to dad. So check that out. And it was last month, exactly a year ago, coming up in June. Check that out. So much awesome information. I'm always shouting out thrivers, survivors. Yes, all of that was in November. Check out. I know that you can connect to and relate to. That's what this channel is all about. Any of the information that is provided. If you have any questions, maybe something is unclear and you need to contact somebody, because maybe, hey, that's too many videos ago and I don't know, but I remember this. Email me at trinaw at awesomegodradio.com. If you'd like to be on Chat with Kat and Friends, let me know about it. trinaw at awesomegodradio.com. Like my Facebook page, Chat with Kat and Friends, and Emerging to Wellness. I'm always just trying to lift people up while I'm lifting me up, right? It's all about just connection and just getting together in community, and we're outside of the 4 walls of the church, and that's okay. He wants us to be congregate indoors and outdoors as well, to reach one another, to empower, connect, inspire, all of those great things. That is what Chat with Kat and Friends is all about. If I have invited you in the past and you haven't shown up yet, it is not too late. It is not too late. The invite does not expire. I would love to sit and chat with you about your business, about your civic duties, or what you're doing in your community globally, not just in Be More. Just today, we had Apostle Graham from North Carolina. He's physically situated in North Carolina. So you guys, to just know, and we've had other people from other places as well, from Georgia, yes, from New York, other places as well. So there is no excuse. We can link up and share information. If you want to just share your business information, just for a shout out, on the show. I would love to shout out your business, love to shout out your invention, whatever it is that you're doing, that's bringing forth and springing forth hope, and creating a space for people to be safe, right? To be safe, because that is what is so needed right now. There are a lot of situations going on, and we just want to connect and stay positive, just sow positivity, sow Christ in the lives of others. And he is an extension of me, of us. As we get together, we just extend the love of Christ to each and every one. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your prayers. Continue praying for your girl, praying for my family. Thank you, Bay. He was present on today. And when you don't see my husband here, he is out working. You better believe that he is out working. And he is my greatest supporter, and I love and thank him so, so very much. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, all of my friends and family who have poured in your emotional support and all of those things. I appreciate it so much and greatly. Look, you guys, have a wonderful and great night. I'll look to check in. So touch that notification bell. I'll look to check in with you some other times this week coming up. And there have been some other videos posted last week. Take a look at those. Tell me what you think. Comment and share. Share the wealth. This is a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of information and resources coming together just to give everyone what they need in and out of the ebbs and flows of life. May there be connection. May you have joy. May you be connected. I praise God for you. He loves you most and loves you the best. Have a great night, everybody. I love you. Bye-bye.